And these things aren't figures of speech. They're not metaphors. They're not just tricks in order to get people to jump through hoops. They're real. One doubt a lot of people have, they think, okay, well, if all of this is true, why is it that Muslims believe that there's going to be certain rewards in paradise? Whether it's the fruits or the rivers and the river of honey and all this sort of stuff. Shouldn't real faith just be for God alone, the Creator alone? And the answer is yes, it should. But that doesn't mean that that is sufficient of a motivator for most people. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, he was asked to explain what excellence in faith looked like. And he said that it is worshiping the Creator as if you see Him. And according to one interpretation, the meaning of if you can't manage that, then to worship the Creator knowing that He sees you. So according to this interpretation of his speech, that there's two levels. The highest level, of course, is to worship the Creator as if you see Him. That means purely out of love for Him, purely out of your devotion, your admiration, your awe, and your fear, and without any sort of eye towards the consequences, whether it's getting the good things of the afterlife or staying away from the bad things, whatever it is. But how many people can achieve that, right? It's not a realistic expectation to have for most people. And so if that were the only valid motivation to worship the Creator and to do right, to live a moral life, then we would have a very, very scary situation on earth, because you would find that most people cannot manage to achieve that level of piety. That's why there are rewards. That's why there are punishments. And these things aren't figures of speech. They're not metaphors. They're not just tricks in order to get people to jump through hoops. They're real, right? Is that there's got to be actual consequences. And those consequences, is it a lower motivation? Yes, it is. It is a lower motivation, but it's a very, very important motivation. If you have a neighbor, for example, and war breaks out and food becomes scarce and people are stealing from each other, or they're trying to take each other's stuff, you would want somebody who fears the fire of hell living next to you. You would want somebody who is trying to achieve the pleasures of paradise living next to you. That's when you care about morality. That's when you care about a person's belief. Okay. And so just doing it purely for the sake of the Creator, great. Do it if you can, but it's not enough for most people. Most people need the consequences and the rewards in order to scare them or to lure them into acting right and doing the right thing.